Hello again, Jackson here. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you as always. My little place on the interwebs for a bit of WordPress, bit of modern WordPress development and site building action. And if that's your vibe, then I do encourage you to subscribe if you're new here. Anyway, WordPress 7, oh yes, still coming. It's still on the way. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe next week. Anyway, few new features in there. Go and have a look at that video if you want to know about the AI features. There is a couple of new blocks. But there is one feature, a little under the radar, but in my personal view, is probably one of the biggest advances for the block editor in recent years. And what we're talking about is custom PHP-only blocks. Yes, you heard that correctly. You don't need to know JavaScript. You don't need to know React. If you've got a bit of PHP skills, you can build your own blocks, custom blocks, drop them in your pages. It's absolutely superb, but being the lazy person that I am, when I first saw this, and I'll link to all the posts and videos and articles that go into this a lot more deeper about how to actually build proper custom blocks, I thought to myself, I wonder if this could solve a little problem that I've always had with the block editor, and that is that when you drop a shortcode in the page, it doesn't render the output of the shortcode. It literally just shows you the shortcode, which is a bit annoying. And it's not great for the client-facing experience if they are on a page and there's loads of shortcodes in the page. Anyway, I got thinking when I saw this new feature, I wonder if we could utilize this to solve my little niggle, my little problem. Anyway, it's a little hack. Well, not really, but it's a little misuse of what is one of the brilliant new features of WordPress 7, which is PHP-only custom blocks. Right then, so bit of backstory for you quickly. Here's a site I built a couple of months ago for a client. It's got this kind of carousel on the homepage of different images and links to different things based on the images in the carousel. Pretty straightforward stuff. Yes, but the client wanted the images in this carousel to be derived from the actual services page itself. Let me show you what I mean. If we go to the back end and so I was WordPress 7 RC2. When is WordPress 7 coming out? Maybe we'll find out more on the 17th. So I've got a custom post type with Jet Engine and its services. If we open up services, we'll see that, say on services 1, which is what we're seeing on the front end here, we've got obviously the page content and all the rest of it, but they wanted the images for this carousel to be controlled with metadata on the post. Okay, head scratching starts, but also they wanted a different URL for each of the different images on the carousel. Even more head scratching. Now there is a kind of way, it's kind of possible with Jet Engine's listing components, but it just was a little stretch too far. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have to build some custom code for this. And I thought, well, I'll just build a shortcode. And I did build a shortcode, which creates this. I've just enqueued it separately in its own file within the theme. And it grabs the swiper, CSS and JS, and it has a look for the ID of the carousel repeater field, which we've got for the image and the URL. Grabs all the data for that, gets all the output sorted out with the CSS and the sliders, does some very clever stuff. Thank you, AI. What would we do without you these days? But you can see it's fairly chunky. And if we go have a look at the home page, go to pages and home, we will see that our shortcode, which by the way was this, you see it there, Jet Guarantee Carousel, yes. And scrolling down the page, there's our shortcode. And so this is the thing that's always slightly annoyed me with shortcode, the shortcode block, is that it's a bit of code on the page. And if this is a client-facing page, i.e. the client's going to go in there and muck around with it, I always thought, God, it would be so much nicer if the shortcode rendered on the page. But it doesn't. So you give the page over to the client to do the copy and change this or that, and they see this block of code. And it's even worse. I mean, it's not too bad here because it's kind of like just one block and you kind of get the idea that that's where the gallery goes and it says it there kind of thing. But if it was something like the header, and say you had a weenie shortcode that you needed something in in this, say, this area here, it's going to absolutely screw the layout within the editor, and you're going to see this massive shortcode block just mucking the whole layout in the editor, which is not a great thing. Always annoyed me. But then when this new feature is slated for WordPress 7, which is, let's go grab that, PHP-Only block registration. So custom blocks with PHP-Only. And here you can see that Miguel's done a post last month with some general examples of different field types. And if we scroll down a bit further, you can see that they relate to the title that goes in there, or the count that goes there, and items says large. And it does that by rendering it through this return here. And I immediately thought, ooh, I wonder if I strip this down, I wonder if it would render a shortcode. Shall we find out? Let's go back to our home page. Let's go get that shortcode, and we're going to select that and do add before. Go to our blocks and do a search for shortcode, and look at this shortcode render. Oh yes, there's my shortcode. So the shortcode needs to be that. Copy that, get back to our shortcode render, and there's our one parameter, our one field. Put that in there, and boom, absolutely genius. We can get rid of the shortcode, original block, delete that, get rid of that paragraph, and you see it's much better for the overall experience in the editor. And it was a piece of cake. Let's have a look. So going back to the code, all I did was just basically take Miguel's very basic stuff. And by the way, there's tons of really cool examples of this. Ryan did a great post about it here. Brian Cords did a much more extended version of it with lots of custom attributes and all sorts of CSS and stuff going on. So I recommend you go and have a look at that and his video. And this one, my goodness, I think it's Ciprian. Obviously, clearly a very talented fella. Look at this. This is, if you want the Bible of how to use this based on your PHP skills, just have a scroll through this. It's absolutely insane. So I took the very first simplest version, and I thought, wow, I wonder if I can turn that into a custom block that renders shortcodes, which of course I can, because you've just seen that. So let's have a look at the code. This is just literally this. I've made it into a plugin, free download from a freebies page. Link is in the description, of course. And that's all you need. This function here. Throw that into your child theme, your code snippet plugin, your custom plugin, whatever you're using to put your code snippets in, and that's it. And I've just swapped this out, the return callback or the render callback, to render do shortcode. So, you know, like normally you do echo short in a theme file, you do echo do shortcode, and it just works, and it's so very cool. Love it. It's of course very possible to take my complete shortcode and turn that into an actual custom block, but hey, that'd be way too much work. And so it's a bit more for if you want to retrospectively use your existing shortcodes and whack them in. Your page looks great in the editor. It's a great hack. I love it. Link is in the description to go download that plugin and code if you want to get your shortcodes looking much nicer on your page. Get your comments in below. Give us a like if you liked it. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't. And if you want a bit more WordPress 7 action, there's a vid for you right there. But until next time, I shall see you later.